Today I thought we could go ahead and make some bookmarks together because I'd found some fun bookmarks I've made before and thought that maybe somebody else might want to make some fun ones too. So some of the ones I've made in the past, these two actually were made with alcohol markers. So if you take a look at this one, it has like a little tricycle with a little path, and then you've got some snails and some creatures and stuff. And you can see I made it with alcohol markers because it leaked through the back. And then this one is supposed to be kind of like a Ferris wheel, kind of like a fair trip. So it's just made with like fairground stuff. So I thought maybe I would take some stickers and show you how I like to make bookmarks. Now, whenever you start out, you can either use, I like to use scrap paper sometimes. So this is actually scrap paper from whenever I was making Easter cards. So you can see one side is pink and then the other side's not, but it's made out of that cardstocky stuff, so it's still pretty thick. Or if you go to either Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of those little stores, I'm sure somebody's gonna sell bookmarks and they're pretty thick. This is from Paper Reflections. So what I'll probably do today is I'll make one with these and one with this. And I did find a couple of different stickers and stuff that I wanted to try to use today. So for one of them, I wanted to kind of keep going with that cool carnival ride theme, and I found some cotton candy, a little candy apple, and a horse. And I thought maybe I could somehow pair it with, I have like a donut tree and some like candies and stuff. I thought maybe somehow I could get that to work out together. The other set that I have that I wanted to use is a tool set. So I thought maybe one of these we could paint with red acrylic paint and then go back over it with some of the shiny acrylic paint, and then paint little screws onto it, and then have our tools just kind of randomly arrayed. So I think both of those would be pretty easy and should look pretty cute. One of the bookmarks, which is this one, we'll probably decorate on both sides. This one we'll probably keep to just one side and see how that goes. So I think the first one I'm going to do is I kind of want to do this tool set one, just because I kind of want to see how it would turn out. So I'm going to go ahead and move all this stuff out of my way. And we're going to paint first before we worry about getting the tools out. So I have two paints here. I have kind of a shine, which I thought maybe would make it look more like a toolbox. And then I have a regular red. Now I've noticed that this pearlescent paint doesn't really have a true color to it, so it's really see-through. Whereas the regular paint is opaque. So I'm going to use the regular paint first so we can get that really nice red that I would like to see with this. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to get a paint thing. Some paint on there, and then we're just going to paint this whole bookmark back and front bright red. It's because when I think of a toolbox, I just think of the bright red one, so I think this will look really nice. I don't really care if I go over the edge. I'm not a professional painter. Like I said, I'm just doing this for fun. I've missed doing art, so even if it's silly or not, you know, I just wanted to inspire others, you know, to do the same for themselves. Just do something kind of fun and silly. I'll just take my dryer and I'm going to dry it off. Once I'm sure it's dry, I can flip it over to the other side. Oops, wrong paint. Looks like we've been graced with an art booger. Yay. Gross. And just so we're clear, that definitely came from the paint bottle, not me. That's why I called it an art booger. Like, you know, when the paint does that. All right. I'll just heat it up again. And then what I wanted to do is I wanted to get like a shine to it. So I'm gonna use this like wine kind of pearlescent and see how that looks over it and see if we can get that metallic look of a toolbox, because I think that'd be really cool. Oh, earlier I opened one of these and almost squirted it all over myself, so I'm gonna try not to do that. There we go. Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool. It just kind of gives it that metallic-y look. So that'll look like an actual toolbox. And we'll only do this to one side, that way we know that this is the main side of the bookmark. That way the person can clearly tell what the front and back is supposed to be. I think I got it all. Little spot there that looks like maybe I missed. Okay, blow dry it again. So this is going to be the back of the bookmark, and this is going to be the front with this kind of metallic-y, shiny side. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to wash this brush off real quick, and then I'm going to get this small detailing brush, and I'm going to use silver and make little screws on there. So just give me one moment to clean my brush. All right, so now I've got my brush clean, so I'm going to find a silver paint. Give me 1 second to look for silver. Oh, here's some right here. And then what we'll do is we'll take a little dollop of that and make like little studs. I think that'll be pretty cool. I'm just gonna do 2 little studs there, and then 2 again, two, I'm just gonna do studs every once in a while. Give it kind of a fun pattern. Doesn't really have to go with a certain anything really. So like that one, I've got it looking pretty random. And then maybe we can put a tool. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll stud and tool at the same time so we can make it unique. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this with some scissors. Whoops, didn't cut it down clear enough. Let's try that again. All right. So now we've got that. And as we go, we can put our little tools in here. Now, one thing I do is these tools are stickers technically, but I'm definitely going to be putting my own glue on the back of them. Don't trust it. Yeah, look, see the back of that even came off. So we're not gonna trust it. And we're just gonna trust our intuition and put it on ourselves. That is way too much glue. That's okay. So for this one, I'm gonna put it right here. And that's gonna be our first little nail. Push it down a little. There we go. Just like that. And then let's do we can probably do another nail going the opposite way. Could be fun. I'll do this one because it's a different shape. Whoop. Not gonna trust it. There we go. That way, it'll look kind of unique with 2 different kinds of nails there. Got a nail and a screw. Like that. Wipe away that excess glue a bit. There we go. So we've got that. We can get our studs out. Stud, stud. Doing it kind of chaotic, which is how I view what toolboxes are like. I assume that anyway. Okay. Ooh, let's do this screwdriver next. This is pretty cool again. I like that. What if that was going up and down like that? Or maybe even diagonally. That could be fun. Just like that. Some more studs. Just kind of makes it look a little bit more fun. Okay, and then how about maybe the saw? There, or shall we do it like that? That feels upside down to me. Maybe like this. Could be fun. Maybe we can go ahead and put the rest of our tools on so we have a better idea. Let's see here. I like the hammer, so we need to use the hammer somewhere for sure. Maybe we can do the hammer like this, kind of diagonally. Because when I think of a hammer, I think of that swinging motion. Let's see here. Thinking maybe another one of those screws here. And we'll do it like this. Really liking these pliers. I'm really liking this wrench. Let's do the pliers. That's different, I feel like. Up and down like that. be able to put this wrench on there still. Let me see. No, not quite. Put this one. It's a little crowded. That one. Crowded. We'll do a nail. We'll do this one like that. And we'll finish putting our studs on our toolbox. Ooh, goodness. Dropped it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to finish putting my studs on. Remember, I don't really have a rhyme or reason for them. They're just kind of there. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So this is our first bookmark. Oh, got a little bit of stickage there. Here we go. Let's see. And then on the other side, it's just that blank red. Okay. So I'm going to set that to the side to dry, and I'm going to go wash off my paintbrush, and I'll be right back. So in this next one, I'm going to use my scrap piece of paper that I had, and we've already got a pattern on it. Now, I was thinking about testing it to see if a alcohol marker will go through it or not, because I do have 2 pieces of that. So if it goes through, it's okay, because I have 2. So if it doesn't go through, what I'd like to do is do some red and white stripes here, but I have a probability that it's probably going to go through. But let's test it. Because if it didn't, it would just be kind of fun to have like a fun back to it, even if it's like not great or anything. Just to go with our theme. And this is just to differentiate the front from the back, which on this one, luckily, we don't really need to differentiate it very much, because, you know, it does have a pattern on it. So let's go ahead and flip it over. Ah, see, it did go through, but, you know, if I didn't care, what I could do is maybe use this as part of the textured background anyway. Maybe. We can try it. Alright, so what we've got here is I've got like a tree that has some donuts on it. I've got this cotton candy, I've got a candy apple, and I've got a horse, and I definitely want the horse to be there. What I was thinking about doing was putting the tree here and having the horse actually dangle from the tree. I thought maybe that could look pretty cool. So we're just gonna try it out and see what happens. I do need to fussy cut this tree out a bit. And then I do have a couple of like little sprinkle things here I thought maybe I could put with the cotton candy. So we'll see. We'll see how that ends up playing together, and if it doesn't, no big deal. So I'm gonna first go ahead and cut out this tree. I'm not really gonna care about this bottom part. I really want this part here and the trunk, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in and cut this tree out. And I'm not really going to care about cutting it out to the full tree, just because I don't think this whole tree is going to fit on there anyway. We really just want the roundness, because that roundness is going to give us carousel vibes. Or at least that's the idea anyway. Alright, so let's take a look here, and we can put our tree here. And what I'll do is I'll probably go ahead and glue it down and then just cut off the edges, and I think that'll be okay. So let's go ahead and cut it down, or I mean glue it down, and then we'll take a look at that. Oh, it's like this has had paint on the back of it at some point. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and lather it. Go ahead and put the tree there. Wipe off my fingers. And then we can simply go snip and snip, just like that. And then I have my scraper, and I'm just going to scrape it down. Make sure we get all of that totally down, and I'm going to wipe my glue away. Alright, so that's down pretty good. I've got a little bit of the edge hanging out over there, so I'm going to trim off just a little bit of that edge, because that'll annoy me if it stays. There we go. Got it. Alright, so now I'm going to take a look at my horse, because what I'd like to do is do it like this, and so a little bit of it hangs off kind of like in my other ones. And I think that's going to look really cool like that. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what this side looks like. Okay. Put some here, some on the head, get some on those legs, and some there and there. I'm not going to bother to put it on the metal bar because I don't think that's going to work. And any of the glue that's excess will dry, so I'm not really worried about that. Not worried about it. I'll put it right in the middle of that donut and just squish everything down. And I'm going to have to hold it so that it'll dry properly. So I'm going to hold it for a minute and just kind of press as hard as I can so I want it to stick. Okay. And I'm going to gently wipe away any remaining glue. And I can flip it over and I can wipe off the glue from that tail if I wanted to as well. Yeah, it didn't hurt anything from anything that I can tell. Okay, so now we've got our little horse on there. And then I've still got candy and stuff. So what I can do is I could probably put this little thing here, maybe so that it looks like it's like on the ball or something. That could be very fun. And maybe I can put this candy here at the bottom. Something like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna wipe some glue on it. This will be like the stand to whatever this is balancing on. Some good old candy. That happens sometimes. Just watch out whenever you're wiping glue off, because sometimes it wants to take your paper towel with it. There we go. And then we've got our little ball. Wipe off some of that excess glue. So I accidentally got some a little bit everywhere. Yep, there we go. Okay. And then I've got my apples and my cotton candy here. So I'm gonna peel these up. And these have like little thingies on them. So I'm probably, let's see. Maybe one can go up there, maybe the pink one or the purple one. Probably do the purple one because the pink one feels like it's gonna fall apart. I don't think these were very sturdy. So I'm gonna do that and go like this. Some donuts, just like that. And then I have my apple. Maybe I can do that in the middle of my ball. There we go. And just like that, we have our bookmark. So now we have made 2 brand new bookmarks just by using stickers and some glue and some paint. So you too can just kind of use your imagination and just make some really fun bookmarks. Thanks for joining me. Bye.